flag. Almighty God, grant us the wisdom to make those decisions that are in the best interest of all our residents. May the Heavenly Father of us all bless those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation, and may He watch over and protect our servicemen and women now guarding the gates of freedom. Salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Statement of publication.
Take notice that this regular agenda meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council being held on this 25th day of November 2024 has been posted and advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
Roll call.
Councilpersons Balca,
Here.
Talisi,
Here.
Anoha, Roberts, Sinarski,
Here.
Zabrowski.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to look for a motion to approve the prior minutes of the mayor and council, those minutes of November 12, 2024, regular and agenda and executive sessions. Is there a motion?
Move the following minutes of November 12th of the mayor and council be approved on roll call vote, subject to correction if necessary.
There's roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Talisi,
Yes.
Sinarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
We're going to go right to executive? Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Saraville, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey as follows. The public portion of this meeting is hereby adjourned in order that the governing body may meet in closed private session for approximately 20 minutes to discuss the following matters. Contract negotiations. Following the conclusion of said closed session, the governing body shall reconvene the open portion of this public meeting to consider any other matters which may be properly brought before it at this time. The nature and content of the discussion in which occurs in closed session shall be made public at such time as the need for non-disclosure no longer exists. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Is there a motion?
Moved.
Is there a second? Second. Roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Khaleesi,
Yes.
Sinarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
We'll be back.
Motion to reconvene.
Take a motion to reconvene.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next item.
Introduction of the following ordinances. Ordinance number 50-24, Borough of Saraville, County of Middlesex, ordinance addressing lead paint inspections.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to move the ordinance be approved on first reading, advertised according to law, and public hearing to be held on December 9th.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilperson Zabrowski,
Yes.
Falca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Enoha,
Yes.
Stenarski.
Yes.
Ordinance number 51-24, Borough of Saraville, County of Middlesex, ordinance regarding environmental commission. Second on order.
Thank you, Mayor. Motion to introduce an ordinance. I move the ordinance be approved on the first reading, advertised according to the law, and a public hearing be held on 12/9/2024 at the next regular meeting.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Second? Roll call?
Councilperson Stenarski,
Yes.
Falca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Enoha,
Yes.
Zabrowski. Ordinance number 52-24, an ordinance amending the Borough of Saraville Hercules redevelopment plan.
Mayor, I move the ordinance be approved on first reading, advertised according to law, and a public hearing to be held on December 9th.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilperson Zabrowski.
Yes.
Falca. Polisi,
Yes.
Enoha,
Yes.
Stenarski.
Yes.
Ordinance number 53-24, an ordinance supplementing and amending ordinance number 3-24, fixing the salaries of certain borough officials, officers, and employees for the years 2023 to 2027.
Councilman Balka?
You're taking this one.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Stenarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
Yes.
Ordinance number 54-24, an ordinance supplementing and amending ordinance 40-23, fixing the salaries of certain borough officials, officers, and employees for the years 2023 to 2027.
I move the ordinance.
Go ahead.
I move the ordinance be approved on first reading, advertised according to law, and a public hearing be held on 12/9/2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Stenarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
Yes.
Ordinance number 55-24, Borough of Saraville, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, ordinance addressing parliamentary procedure during council meetings and partially modifying ordinance 29-24.
Councilman Sinarski?
I think.
Mayor, I move the ordinance be approved on first reading, advertised according to law, and a public hearing to be held on December 9th.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilperson Zabrowski,
Yes.
Falca,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Stenarski.
Yes.
Ordinance number 56-24, ordinance of the Borough of Saraville, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of a financial agreement by and between the borough and CPMD Journey Mill Road Urban Renewal LLC pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law NJSA 40A 20-1 et sec.
Councilman Balka?
Move the ordinance be approved on first reading, advertised according to law, and a public hearing be held on 12/9/2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Stenarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I'm going to open the public portion on resolutions. I know on some of the agendas, it says 3 minutes. I'm going to make it 5 minutes. Are there any questions on the resos? Being no questions on the resos, I'll entertain a motion. Councilman Zabrowski?
And adopt the resolutions.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilperson Zabrowski,
Yes.
Falca,
And resolution 2024-273, I'm going to abstain on the Adelix bill.
Okay.
And then 2024-276 and 2024-277.
Khaleesi,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Stenarski.
Yes.
We need a motion to accept the correspondence as listed.
Promotion
Moved.
or second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilpersons Balca,
Yes.
Polisi,
Yes.
Enoha,
Yes.
Sinarski,
Yes.
Zabrowski.
Yes.
Okay, council reports, Administration and Finance, Councilman Balka.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to welcome our new CFO, Danielle, here. She's probably a little nervous tonight, but she'll do fine. And last meeting, someone brought up the fact that we should designate the month of November as Veterans Remembrance Month. I'm interested in following through with that. Is there anything we need to do? Can we do it? Veterans Remembrance Month for November. Could we do like a resolution doing that? Or,
You know, we had the Veterans Alliance take a look at that. They're very satisfied with what they have.
okay, I didn't know you had to look at it.
All right. Anything else, Dan? Okay. Planning and Zoning, Councilman Zabrowski.
Thank you, Mayor. I also like to welcome Danielle and wish you luck in your job. Also want to also wish Denise well in her retirement. She's done a terrific job for us. I got the opportunity to work for her, not simply as a council person, but also in my role as chief of police, and she always did a wonderful job. So we wish her the best with that. I have just two quick items tonight for planning and zoning. Number one, the borough is starting, as you know, round 4 obligations for affordable housing have come out. Believe it or not, our numbers are actually, what our obligations are actually lower than expected. And one of the things that we can look forward to with part of this obligation is it comes back to the borough to be able to do a little bit more creative work. One of which is an affordable housing rehabilitation plan, something that we've done, I think, in the past, and we're looking to do this again. While all the structure for that hasn't been put in place at this point, we are able to at least tell our public that they can reach out to the borough to tell you if you're interested in it. Again, it'll be for certain people economic levels to get certain rehabilitation done to the house, whether it's roofing, whether it's siding, whether it's windows or what have you. Again, all that hasn't been put together yet, but if you are interested or you know someone that is, we are going to take a list to start culminating all that information for everybody. So when it does move forward, we'll be able to get all that out to everybody throughout the borough. Second thing, and we have a planning board meeting for next December 4th. That was originally an application for the mosque. That is going to be postponed. We still will have a planning board meeting because there is business to take care of. That meeting will be here at the Borough Council chambers as opposed to at the Active Adult Center. There is not a new date for the next hearing on the mosque at this point. And just want to get that out there as quickly as possible. I know there's a number of residents that have been very dutiful in coming to those meetings. We appreciate it, and we appreciate their patience in that. Finally, I just want to wish everybody a very, very nice Thanksgiving, very healthy and happy Thanksgiving. Please keep in mind also our first responders who are out there that are working on Thanksgiving, and put them in your prayers as well. And Mayor, thank you so much. That's all my report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman Enoha.
Thanks, Mayor. No additional reports.
Okay. Public Works, Councilman Kalasi.
Repeating John's sentiment, Denise, all the best, and Danielle, welcome. Your hair is on point, by the way. So for Public Works, we have all the snow equipment's been serviced, so we're ready for the winter season. They're currently putting up the lights right now for the holiday season. There's a couple of setbacks with electric, but they're working on it now, so hopefully we'll get it finished before the parade. If not, it will be done. So then basketball court, all the basketball hoops in town have been issued notices to take them off the streets now. The time has come so we can clear our streets better, and that's it. Public safety also, Chief Plumacher has advised that we've added 2 new officers to the traffic division. So that should be a big help in this town. So let's see, other than that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Recreation, Councilman Sinarski, would you also take water, sewer, and environmental while you're there?
Thank you, Mayor. As far as the Recreation Department, we don't have too many things left. We have the Holiday Parade of Lights coming up this, on December 8th. It's a Sunday. It's going to start down by Miller's Corner and work down Main Street right to the Borough Hall. There's going to be hot chocolate here. There's going to be holiday songs, visits with Santa. Community organizations with floats are going to be in the parade, so there'll be a lot of activities. That'll be on December 8th. It's on a Sunday. The farmer's market's still continuing. There's going to be a program right through the year, depending on the weather. They're going to be open Tuesday, November 26th, and Tuesday, the 31st is also added to that. As far as the water and sewer, just progress on that one, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Under my report, Danielle, I think I was here when you got hired. I've been here a long time, but I couldn't be happier having you as the new CFO. You have all my faith and confidence, and I know you'll do a great job. I want to wish one and all a very happy Thanksgiving. Drive safely, particularly if you're going north, because there's going to be a lot of traffic and there may be inclement weather. So a happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Okay, general discussion. Go ahead.
Review and approval of our 2025 council meeting schedule.
Any objections? Next item.
Authorization for the tax collector to refund 2022, 23, and 24 taxes and cancel all subsequently billed taxes due to 100% disabled veteran tax exemption covering 161 Madison Street in the amount of $7,696.69.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to award a contract to Lou Environmental Services LLC for dust wipe sampling and related services related to the borough's obligations to perform lead paint inspections.
Any objections? Next item.
Coin toss request received from SWMHS Band Parents Association for December 14th and 15th.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to purchase ballistic carrier vests from the activity group through New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing in an amount not to exceed $153,725.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to rescind Resolution 2024-232 for the purchase of firearm holsters due to a non-response by the vendor and awarding non-fair and open contracts to Lawmen Supply Company for the holsters in an amount not to exceed $32,566.18, and Whitmer's Public Safety Group for the sites in an amount not to exceed $41,982.
Is there any objection? Next item.
Application for special event received from Wayne's Auto Body to hold a Toys for Tots charity car show at 1938 Highway 35 on December 8th, 2024, from 9 to 12 noon.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to purchase one John Deere 320 backhoe from Jesco Inc. through ESCNJ Cooperative Purchasing Contract in an amount not to exceed $162,268.70.
Is there any objection? Next item.
Authorization to award a non-fair and open contract to American Timber and Steel for guardrails at Duhernal in an amount not to exceed $23,778.90.
Is there any objection? Next item.
Authorization to purchase two 2025 Ford Rangers through NJ Cooperative Purchasing Alliance contract in an amount not to exceed $82,937.
Are there any objections? Thank you, Jess. Business Administrator.
Authorization to promote Elizabeth Curis from Clerk 3 to Technical Assistant in the Construction Office effective January 1st, 2025.
Is there any objection?
Fine, quick
Next.
question. Are we allowed to have two technical assistants?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to promote Corey Ransom from Laborer 1 to Water Repairer 1 in the Water and Sewer Department effective December 1st, 2024.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to appoint Andre Ozga as Keyboarding Clerk 1 in the Administration Department effective December 1st.
Any objection? Next item.
Authorization to promote Zachariah Schlichten, a Management Specialist in the Administration Department effective December 1st.
Any objection?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, esteemed Mayor. You know, I'd like to hold off on that promotion until I confirm from our residents that most of their, or at least all of their questions were answered with your office.
Are there any other objections? Okay. Do I need?
Talk about that.
Well, wait a minute.
We have to do a roll call on that.
Do I need a roll call on that? All right, do a roll call.
All right, so I need somebody to make the motion to appoint.
John, can you make the motion?
Make a motion?
Roll call?
No, that's fine. I know what you, second, is there a second?
Second.
All right, roll call. Councilperson Zabrowski. Valka. Polisi.
Yes.
Anoha. Sinarski.
Yes.
Okay,
3-2.
go ahead.
The last thing I have, Mayor, it's not on the agenda, but I'm pleased to inform you that we were notified by Congressman Pallone's office that we were awarded a $1.56 million grant to finalize engineering plans to convert the Weber Avenue tract into a passive recreation facility and also to bolster our ability to fight back against floodwaters in the future. And it'll be the last step. We're now in the process of applying for implementation grants, and this was all done under the direction and capable assistance of Councilperson Roberts, who chairs Environmental Commission.
Well, thank you to Council President Roberts, and thank you to Congressman Pallone. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay, CFO's report? Is your mic on, Danielle? Been a while.
It's end of year, so we're just doing some housekeeping. I have a budget transfer resolution and also canceling outstanding checks.
Okay, any objection? Anything else? That's it? Danielle? Okay. Borough Engineers report?
Thank you, Mayor. One item, looking for resolution closing out 2021 Phase 3 road improvement project and also approving a change order for net reduction, approximately $30,000.
Any objection? Okay, Borough Attorney? No report. Public portion, again, if your agenda meeting shows 3 minutes, I'm going to change that to 5 minutes. Frank?
Thank you, Mayor. Danielle, welcome aboard. I've known you for a long time. You do really good like you always do. And wish that Denise a happy retirement. Just an overview and some ongoing comments. I understand the project next door is a huge undertaking. There's legalities, state statutes, guidelines, regulations, responsibility. It's going to take it's going to take time, planning, coordination, and cooperation. I offer myself and our membership and our entire community who's ever willing to help in any way, shape, or form. We will have a small army ready to serve. We put together a plan last year, as council requested. I'd like to hand this to Jessica for a second. I didn't make copies because
Oh, she can make them and pass them out to us.
just more paperwork I got to get rid of. Okay. In June, the society formed an interim preservation committee. We had several meetings. Yesterday meeting brings me here tonight. There were many concerns and questions that need to be addressed, and here's the top 5. There is currently a safety concern with the loose bricks on top of the building next door. That should be a priority, emergency repairs. Number 2, local historic designation process.
Frank, I'm having difficulty hearing you. I'm not sure, my ears or that microphone or both.
Yeah, probably me too.
What was the
Sorry.
first item, Frank?
Number 1 was the current safety concerns of the loose bricks on top of the firehouse next door. That should be a priority, emergency repairs.
Okay.
Number 2, historic designation process.
Is what process? Okay. What's the third, Frank?
To continue on that one there, certificate of eligibility, Preservation New Jersey says they can assist. Number 3, transparency, residents should be advised of the progress, whether it's major or minor work or plans that are being discussed or implemented. It could be a weekly, monthly report. Number 4, question came up, pilot. Is the 20 million received for the Journey Mills site available? Number 5, open space farmland and Historic Preservation Trust Fund, last numbers were $9 million in that fund. We revised the meeting between the council and society, what's to happen after the election. We wait a follow-up. Several Historical Society kept District 19, Coughlin, Vitale, Lopez, and Congressman Pallone and others in a loop since last year, and when they were willing to work with us for grants and such. And currently, a cleanup process should be activated as far as the items left behind by the Coast Guard and ROTC. If the groups are not interested in the items, consider donating the clothing next door. There's jackets, clothes, there's shoes. It'd be a good gesture to donate to homeless societies or any shelters in the area. Other items, the society would be willing to purchase bins to store everything. Every item will be documented and cataloged and placed in bins. Historical items could go to the museum. I should have brought 2 pages. You gave me 5 minutes. Down in the basement is a really cool artifact down there. We have our honor rolls, World War I, World War II. There were wooden ones that were in the ground. I forgot where they were located in town, but when we were kids, we used to write up and point to our uncle's names. They're in the basement downstairs, World War I and World War II. Last year, we put them up high so in case something happens. So that's just something to consider. Donald Roberts isn't, Councilman Roberts isn't here, but I have this roundtable, historic preservation, master planning that's going to be held next Saturday in Milltown. I thought you might be interested in attending, or anybody who wants to attend to it. I could pass this to Jessica as well. And again, I just want to thank everybody for all year, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We should all be thankful for where we are today. You know, everybody's hustling and bustling and running around. You see it on the roads, they're driving crazy. They're in shopping. You need to take time and relax, enjoy life. Life is too short to be doing crazy stuff. Be thankful for what you have, your family, your friends, your home. Every night I go to bed, I'm like, my roof doesn't leak. And I'm thank God for that. And I'm very thankful for everything, the people in my life, children, grandchildren, and this crew, and all the residents. We should all be thankful for what we have. And I think that's all I have.
Can you bring it to a close? You're at your 5 minutes.
I didn't see the clock.
Well, that one's not, because we have to change it.
Oh,
I'm monitoring, Frank.
oh, okay. I know you're on a job. All right. Thank
Okay.
you. Happy
Thank you, Frank.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Ken?
Thank you, Mayor. Ken Olszewski, Saraville. First of all, I have to make an admission to something where I was wrong. I was not in support of having a referendum on the building next door, but I was wrong on that. I never thought the referendum would not pass, but I was overwhelmed by the magnitude which it passed, over 10,000 votes and a 2-to-1 margin. Kind of reminds me of the old Simon and Garfunkel song, Sound of Silence, where they talked about 10,000 people, maybe more. So that was quite an achievement, considering the mayor and his minions here were against that. We had a couple of people try to get a resolution on that firehouse as a historical site, and it could never get it passed. But the mayor said things like, we're spending millions of taxpayers' dollars to renovate an unused, unwanted, abandoned firehouse built in 1909 and in disrepair for decades. And we're throwing money at a 115-year-old building. Obviously, the people of Saraville didn't agree with that. One of the reasons they may not agree with it, they saw you blow $100 million in taxpayers' money to the pilot for a multi-billion dollar company. So you had no problem spending $100 million. And here, when you talked about spending $3 million, it was like, the mayor said something like, "I'm going to pay for this for years." Well, I got news for you. You're going to pay the $100 million for the pilot program for the Minnesota Avenue Cheesequake warehouses for years too. But so much for that. What I really want to talk about tonight, I want to commend Councilman Enoha, because his meetings are coming to a close. I want to thank you, Councilman, for everything you've done for the people. You've always been on the right side of the issues for the people. You were against the 5-minute, changing the 5-minute to 3 minutes. You were against the no questions answered up here. You were against eliminating Zoom, which only hurts people who are sick, who are not capable of coming to meetings. And as I said before, even former Councilman Draw, a military veteran, a high honored veteran, and he stood here and said, "I can't make all the meetings because of my health, and you shouldn't eliminate Zoom." You did that. Councilman, you supported that we have the Zoom. And most of all, you supported the firehouse, and you wanted to do the right thing. You tried to pass a resolution at the last meeting, or 2 meetings ago, in support of making it a historic site. You were basically ridiculed or given, maybe ridicule is not the right word, but you were belittled many times by this mayor when you did. I sat here months ago, and I think the vote was on the pilot program. And the mayor said, you asked perfectly legitimate questions. And the mayor said, "Oh, come on, Councilman, we know how you're going to vote." I guess he's clairvoyant. But he tried to shame you, belittle you. I'll tell another story. I went to the senior center, and I was there about an hour, and 2 separate people came up to me, people I didn't really know well. This is about 4 or 5 months ago, and I don't know what the issue was, but they said to me, "It's a shame how the mayor treats Councilman Enoha." So I apologize as a member of the public for that, that you should be shamed, belittled, demeaned, and humiliated. I don't know what's behind that, but it's certainly not right. It's not right to do to anybody, especially to a public official. So again, I want to thank you for your service here on the part of what you've done to represent the public and the wishes of the public. You didn't agree with the mayor and the minions on saying, aye. You probably talked too much. That probably was your issue. So thanks again. The other thing I'd ask is, I know you're not answering questions, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How are we coming on the firehouse here? I know last meeting was referred to the attorney and what we're going to do. I'm hoping that's not going to la-la land now, because I know this referendum was non-binding. So I hope it's not going into la-la land. And sometimes I get a little afraid that could be what it is. But just remember, it was over a 2-to-1 margin of victory for that referendum. The public denounced what you people here have said and done about it. They want it. They have a feeling toward the history of the town. And as I said at the last meeting,
And
10,000
you're at
people.
5 minutes,
I'll
if you'd wrap it up.
Finish in seconds. Thank you, Mayor. I said at the last meeting, 10,000 people is more than just some people that have been in town all their life. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for extending it to 5 minutes before the next meeting, when I guess it becomes official, Mayor. And everyone, by the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Duff? Robert?
Bob Duffy, 111 Merritt Avenue. I want to take this time to apologize to Jessica for questioning her at the last meeting over the permits for the coin toss. She was very instrumental in showing me the proof, and also I was given the wrong information from the county, and I wanted to publicly apologize to Jessica.
You're an exceptional man, Bob. Proud to know you, proud to call you friend. It takes a heck of a man to do that. Thank you.
Can I just alert, I don't know if it's Jay or the business administrator, Glenn, I've been fighting with the county for 3 months now, I think. Their project was done on Bordentown Avenue and Route 9, where the bridge is.
Yeah.
And they have a truck there and Jersey barriers and only one lane.
Yep.
Okay? And nothing has been done since August.
All right.
So I would imagine
Wait a minute, let me, hey, Jay, is it you, Jay, or Glenn finds out about it? Because I came through there the other night. I got to tell you.
I can reach out. to
That's a little
DOT
risky.
Project. I think I can reach out and try to find the status.
All right, would you let Mr. Duffy know the outcome?
Okay, well, just to let you know, I've been dealing with a gentleman, Anthony, and he says they were having a meeting and he was going to bring it up in the meeting that they should take that down.
It's very, like I said, I came through there the other night and I was very concerned.
And if we get any ice,
Yep.
we're done.
Bob, you got a fellow supporter. It's
Okay.
a dangerous situation.
To the council and everybody, have a great, safe, and holy Thanksgiving.
Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you.
Are there any other, Mary?
Mary Novak, 1 Scarlet Drive. I have to ask one question. What was the motion made before? I wasn't really sure. You were just agreeing to put it on the consent agenda for the next meeting?
No, we voted it down.
You,
Christians?
yeah, okay, you just voted what Christian said down. Okay, because I was a little,
Right.
I couldn't hear what the actual motion was. Okay. You know how I feel about residency preference. We do have an ordinance that states that, and we also have a procedure. And I just want you to know, I'm not fighting this because you're Republicans and I'm a Democrat. When there was a Democratic council and they decided to do the same thing by hiring somebody in the courts without any posting of the job, any going out for applications, nothing. And not only did we hire without that process, but we hired somebody from out of town. And I fought it just as hard as I'm going to fight this. I'm sorry. Whenever we have a new job opening or a managerial position, a promotion, it's always first posted internally to see if any members of our immediate family, meaning borough workers, will have first opportunity. That was not done. Then after that, if there's nobody qualified, I'm not saying there is going to be. I don't know of anybody. I don't even know if anybody's interested. But you still do the posting. Then you're supposed to get applications and interview for the job. And I'm not saying even that. If you've got a borough resident but isn't qualified to do the job, you still then can take the outside resident that somebody lives out of town. But this is where we're promoting somebody that nobody here basically even knew before January of last year. So he's here less than a year. We gave him one job that was never posted or advertised or anything. And then we gave him another job that was never posted or advertised. And granted, that's Sarah, so it's a little bit different than a borough employee. But now here we're giving him a promotion without posting internally, without advertising the job, without interviewing. And this is what gives all politicians a bad name. Just follow the procedure. If this is the best person, you can still hire him. It just doesn't look good to the public that we're taking somebody. And again, this one in particular, because he was the chairman of that committee, doesn't really look good. But when we're not following any of the other procedures, it really looks bad. And I hope before we just go and hire him, I hope you go back and take a look and follow the proper procedures for hiring. Thank you.
Okay.
And I wanted to say this because I knew I was going to forget it at the end. Everybody have a blessed Thanksgiving. And Danielle, it's great seeing you sitting up there. Thank you.
Anyone else? That being said, I take a motion to close the public portion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of closing the public portion? Aye. Are there any objections? Okay, before we go, I wanted to answer some of these questions. So the first one for Mr. Olszewski, when Frank Terzino came here, there was a choice to be made. Do we do a non-binding referendum, or does the Historical Society have to go through the onerous task of collecting thousands and thousands and thousands of signatures? So Frank was standing by the podium, I was sitting here, I said, Frank, why doesn't the council just put it on the ballot? We have that power. It was agreed, that's what we do. So, and it was a financial question. Do you want to spend this money to restore this building? I still don't think it is a good investment, but I put it out there to hear from the people, and they said, spend the money. Okay, that's where we are. There was no silliness about it. It was a straight-up deal. The second thing, on this illusion that the pilots, for a guy that touts himself as this business maven, you certainly don't understand it. You don't understand the people that are building it. You don't understand anything about redevelopment, in my humble opinion. I was there the night when the people of Saraville voted you out of office back in the early 1990s, and they never let you back in. At that time, you were a Republican, and your Republican colleagues had a very low opinion of you. They nicknamed you Brutus because you always turned on them. As far as out-of-towners being hired, the last business administrator was from out of town, the rec director's from out of town. Mary, I think you were a council person when they fired Jeff Bertrand, the business administrator. He went to Wall, which is far more affluent and much larger than Saraville, became their business administrator at virtually twice the salary. So this whole thing, the highest paid police officer up until this year was out of town. 30% of the people on the sergeant's promotion list are out of town. So times have changed. It's time we change with the times. Years ago, before we got in a lot of new people who were first generation in Saraville, it may have been the thing to do. But we have an obligation to all the people that live here, both those with a history and those that are new. The responsibility is the same. This thing with the firehouse, the people told us they want to put the money in there. Okay, it was a financial referendum. So financially, we're gonna put together the money to do the job. That's what we're gonna do. It was never hocus pocus. It was never backroom stuff. I don't happen to agree with it. I don't see it as a good investment. I've never heard I still don't get the historical significance of it, but I didn't grow up here, so I'll put that aside. It's just a lot of money in an old building. Okay, but it's what the people want. 10,000 people wanted, 5,000 people didn't. It's not hard to realize. That's where they want us to invest the money. That being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, or all in favor?